All right, today we're diving into something pretty deep. It's the introduction to a book that completely reframes how we think about our personal struggles. It suggests that maybe they aren't just psychological hurdles, but part of a real, actual spiritual battle. And it all kicks off with this incredibly honest admission. This one sentence, it's not just a passing thought, it's the entire reason the book exists. It's this raw confession that just lays the groundwork for everything else to come. So where did this all come from? Well, the story starts back in July 2021. Think about it, we're all kind of coming out of the pandemic fog, and the author has this sort of personal awakening. She just starts writing. But get this, it wasn't for an audience. She wasn't chasing a book deal. Nope, this was something deeply personal, almost like a prayer. She felt this real pull to create what she called a self-portrait. It was her way of looking in the mirror, spiritually speaking, and just wrestling with all the big questions. The kind of stuff we all think about, right? Questions about identity, faith, what it means to be a wife and a mom. But this whole project didn't just pop out of thin air. There was a huge inspiration behind it, something she'd read years before that really stuck with her. The classic C.S. Lewis book, The Screwtape Letters. She said it gave her such a clear vision of that inner battle. Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. You can see the direct parallel here. C.S. Lewis, he focused on an ordinary man being tempted, but this book, Sincerely Stoneheart, flips the script and focuses on an ordinary woman. And instead of a senior demon writing to his nephew, you've got a senior demon mentoring her successor. It's basically the same brilliant idea, exposing the enemy's playbook, but it's been completely retooled for the unique struggles women face right now. So, as she's going on this deep dive into her own soul, she's forced to face this one really tough, persistent question about her life. And I bet it's a question a lot of you have probably asked yourselves too. She had to get to the bottom of it. Why? Why was this battle against insecurity and discouragement and all that fear, why was it so relentless? Why wasn't it just a bad day here and there, but this constant heavy weight in her life? And the conclusion she came to is, well, it's a game changer. She decided these feelings aren't just random static. No. She saw them as the result of a very real, very active spiritual enemy. An enemy running a calculated, specific campaign with one goal: to keep her from ever being truly free. This is where we meet the main antagonist, the one writing the letters, a senior demon named Stoneheart. And her name says it all, doesn't it? Her entire mission is to create hearts of stone in women, hearts that become unfeeling, apathetic, and just hardened. And here's a look at Stoneheart's playbook. It's not just one thing. It's a full-on, multi-pronged attack. The goal? Keep women feeling insecure, discouraged, and downtrodden. Anything to stop them from living in freedom, and ultimately, to lead them into emptiness and separate them from their faith. All right, so we've seen how this started as a super personal project, but how did it turn into something for everyone? Let's look at that journey from a private self-portrait to a letter for all women. So as she's writing, she starts to realize something amazing. Figuring out the why behind her own battles, it was setting her free. And in that moment of freedom, it just clicked. This wasn't only about her. This was a story that so many other women needed to hear. And that's why she puts this question right to you, the reader. She's tapping into that deep, quiet fear that so many of us have, right? That feeling that I'm the only one going through this. Nobody else gets it. But the book's answer is a resounding no. It's this powerful moment of validation, basically saying nothing could be further from the truth. These struggles, they are so similar and incredibly common, even if nobody's talking about them out loud. And that really becomes the core message, the main thing she wants you to walk away with. It's all about solidarity. It's a reminder that even when this battle feels so private, so isolating, we are in it together. So what's the end game here? What's the point of reading all these letters from a demon? Well, it's not just about getting smart about the battle. It's about a complete and profound transformation. The very first step on this mission is just recognition. The book asks you to take a hard, honest look and consider the possibility that maybe, just maybe, your own heart has been hardened by all the stuff life throws at you, the disappointments, the failures, you name it. Okay, so once you've had that moment of recognition, the book gives you a clear roadmap. It's a step-by-step journey, really. It starts with looking inward. Then recognizing the enemy's strategies in your own life. And from there, it's about identifying the specific chains that have been holding you down. And finally, allowing God to just shatter them so you can live in the freedom you were made for. And this whole journey is built on a powerful promise of renewal. This is the central theme of hope, and it comes right from the book of Ezekiel. See, the goal isn't just to break the chains. The real prize is getting a brand new heart, trading in that heart of stone for a heart of flesh. Now, the author is super upfront about this. This is not a fun, light read. Not at all. Think of it more like a serious tool. It's an invitation to roll up your sleeves and do the hard work of looking at the deepest parts of your life. Work that could honestly change everything. And so, we'll leave you with that very question, because that's exactly where the book wants you to begin. It's not just something to think about for a second, it's a starting block, a prompt to kick off your own journey of looking inward and discovering what's really there.